There's a book of Psalm chapter 10, verse 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. Psalm chapter 10, verse 4. Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Kodash. Double honor to our venerable apostles and elders at Great Millstone, Horuel, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Aharon coming back at you with another lesson. Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and just wanted to go into this real quick. Here it is. All right, the year 2023. All right, February 7th. All right, and we're pretty much 1 week done for this month already. Okay, and we know that typically during this time of the year, these elites like to set things up, all right, for the next coming months. All right, now, prior to this year, all right, things were being built up, and we always go into it, all right, to transition the world into a so-called digital world, all right. And these are things that you're starting to see unfold, all right, on a daily basis. But these are not things that just happened happened to come out of the blue. All right, these are things that have been carefully planned for years. All right, and prior to 2023, all right, the things that you're seeing happening on the face of the earth were considered conspiracy theories by most people. Okay, but now those people who consider what we said conspiracy theories are, if not dead, they're suffering for the most part. Okay, because they didn't listen to the so-called conspiracy theories. All right, and it's leading to their suffering, man. All right, and the suffering is just getting started. Okay, because we're going to go into the plans that these devils have. All right, for you people who like to worship, all right, the system. Okay, you bow down to this system. You don't adhere to what the scriptures tell you. All right, you partake, all right, in America and her ways to the T. Whether it's how they think, how they dress, what they eat, what kind of culture that they engage in. All right, the typical American, the typical Babylonian is in a state of utter confusion. All right, and they are part of the wicked. Okay, you have the wicked, which is Esau, Edom, and then you have those who emulate the ways of the wicked. You're all considered wicked. All right, and the Most High is going to destroy you. Okay, by the hands of the wicked. Okay, and then ultimately by thermonuclear destruction when Yahushua gets back. Okay, he's coming. All right, it says Bilderbergers plan for a one world order. Now, the name Bilderbergers, okay, is just a facade, all right, for the regular mind. Okay, the true heads of the so-called New World Order agenda being pushed, all right, starts with certain families, predominantly the Rothschild family that we always talk about. Okay, these Edomites that the scriptures talk about, the devil that the Bible speaks of. Okay, and they're about to be put into slavery for 1,000 years. For what? For crimes against humanity. And for what? Let's get that. Okay, for what? For coming against the children of the Lord. Okay, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, all right, you have suffered by the hands of the wicked, Esau, Edom. And now it's time for them to pay. Okay, let's get that real quick in the book of Zechariah. All right, that there's always going to be punishment. All right, Zechariah. Let's see. Try to see if I can get this precept real quick. Let me see. All right, let's see. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 2 and verse 8. It says, "For thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you." And what is the top nation that spoiled the Lord's people? They're known as, in history, as the so-called Europeans, but in the scriptures, they're known as the Edomites. Okay? For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. So they touched the children of Israel, and they're going to pay for that. Okay? That is why the Lord is sending his son back down to make war against this system, because what they're trying to do is kick into a different gear, all right, of enslavement. This time it's not just going to be so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. This time they want to include the whole entire world. Okay? But that's not going to happen because they want to be like the Most High. Okay? Something known as full spectrum surveillance. Okay? What's that? Omnipresence, all seeing. Okay? Omniscient, all knowing. Through what? Through AI, technology. Okay? So let's keep going. It says, certain scholars who have studied the makeup of the Bilderbergers insist that the group is controlled by the 10-man inner circle of the Illuminati. An Illuminati simply means enlightened ones. Okay, but they're enlightened in darkness, in wickedness, in iniquity. Okay, how do they get enlightened? Because they're constantly searching things out. Okay, how they're always looking into things on how can they find information, all right, and how can they use it to be a form of a weapon. Okay, let's see if we can get that up real quick. That's Esau's MO. What can I do? What's the next thing I can find, get my hands on to create, to cause destruction and pain and suffering? Okay, that's their mindset, because that's how they were created. Again, the wicked. Okay. Let's see if we can get that real fast. Psalm 64. And let's see. There's a book of Psalm chapter 64. And verse 6, it says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So that's talking about the diligent search, is talking about these researches that they do. All right, Esau got all kinds of different research that they do, and the study of this and the study of that. Okay, that's a diligent search. To be able to go into lands and excavate, study it, go back to the lab, test it on all these things. They really go into it. Okay, Esau would do a whole test. Okay, their mind, everything they want to test about is weird and creepy. Like, how can we test to see if we could put a brain chip, we could put a chip in somebody's brain and we can control them. Like, who thinks like that? It's deep wickedness of and everything they do is not to benefit people. It's always some type of deep, dark, sinister reason why they're doing certain things, man. But they promote it like it's powerful and it's something that people should engage in. Okay, that is that deception. Scriptures tell you that he deceiveth the whole world. Okay, so a lot of people don't understand the times that we're in because the Lord has put the Spirit on them to be deceived. Okay, and that's why you have the elect. Yahushua said, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Okay, because we're going to be in a time of great deception. It says, according to their claims, this secret cabal has painstakingly prepared an agenda for the masses of humanity into the millennium. Such individuals as the Bilderbergers will become the world's masters, and the vast majority of the global population may look forward to a future existence as pawns, if not slaves, of the Illuminati. And they've already told you, through the World Economic Forum, they've said that by 2030, you will own nothing and you'll be happy. You will own nothing and you'll be happy. Now, who the hell wants to hear some shit like that and be okay with it? Well, these Babylonians seem to be perfectly fine with that. They're part of the escalation, all right, of the times that we're in. All right. It says, according to certain sources who claim knowledge of the basic plan for world dominance set in motion by the Bilderbergers, the following goals are among their principal objectives. The United States must promptly pay its debt. The United States must promptly pay its debt to the United Nations. In addition, the United States will be asked to contribute billions of dollars to the International Monetary Fund. U.S. taxpayers will be held almost dry, or will be bled almost dry by such expenditures. And that's the goal. That's part of the plan. Okay? It says the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which is NATO, will be converted into a United Nations military force. U.S. troops will therefore come under the command of NATO's foreign officers. And who's the head of NATO? Jens Stoltenberg. Okay, he's the head of NATO, but guess what? He's not even an American. You know? It says, corporate governance, quote, corporate governance will dissolve national sovereignty and bring all the Earth's corporations under a single global order. Who's going to be at the helm of that? The World Economic Forum. Okay, the world. They choose these words on purpose. The World Economic Forum. Okay, let's look up the word forum real quick. See what we can get out of that. Okay. Says a forum is a place of assembly in ancient Rome. See? Like we always say that Esau, this is the fourth beast, Rome. The second leg of the Roman Empire is America. Okay? Babylon the Great. But she spreads forth throughout the whole entire planet by form of what? Her military, her religious philosophies, and her banking philosophies, man. Okay? You got London, you got Vatican City, okay, and then you have Washington, D.C. Okay, you got D.C. Okay, and those are the three unclean spirits that John the Revelator saw. Okay, that's how America pushes her false philosophies, the unclean spirit. All right, that's being pushed upon these nations. Look what's going on in the so-called Middle East. Look what's going on with these countries that are bordering Russia. Look at Ukraine. Look what's going on. If you're really paying attention, you can see that America's influence always has a negative result. Everywhere this bitch goes, she leaves a trail of tears and a pile of death people, man. Dead people and a pile of death. Okay? That's all they know how to do. All right? Now, what do you do to people like that? And they happen to be the ones who are calling the shots? What do you think is about to happen to the inhabitants of this world, man? And people don't even connect the dots. Okay? It says, place of assembly in ancient Rome. That's what a forum was, or is, right? A marketplace, all right? The agora, okay? Open space, public place, all right? Apparently akin to forest for us, out of doors, outside, doorway. But see, the funny thing is these devils don't, they don't do this shit outside for everybody to see. They do it in closed doors, but they show you, but they do it where you can't go to them. You can't get to them. Like recently, they just had Davos in Switzerland. Ain't nobody about to travel all the way over there for 5 days. They have some type of security over there that not any one old person could just go over there. Okay? It says agora, open assembly place. Okay, so the marketplace, that's the World Economic Marketplace, where these so-called stockholders, in the scriptures it calls them the merchants. Okay, they are able to come out there and exchange ideas. You got this guy from Pfizer, you got this guy from BlackRock, you got this guy from the DOJ, you got this guy from the FBI, you got this guy from Bayer, you got this guy from Monsanto, and they all come together and exchange ideas on how they could have global corporate governance. Okay, so let's keep going in this corporate governance stuff here. It says local control over businesses and corporations by nations and states will be terminated, and we're already starting to see that process since the pandemic started. So it makes you wonder, did this all happen by chance, or was this deliberately done, planned? Because these are things that's been written for years, and those things are being enacted now. Okay, just like how the scripture said these things will be happening. All right. It says the great giants of finance will be able to disregard the laws and dictates of all governments, including those of the United States. Okay? And who's going to be at the helm of that? World Health Organization, tag teaming with the United Nations, all right? Tag teaming with the World Economic Forum, okay? And ultimately ruling through NATO and EU. That's the beast system for you. All right? And they're going to run this by giving the mark of the beast, okay, which is going to be a device, a radio frequency identification device. That's it. Okay, that's it. Let's keep going. What is this thing do? Wow. The whole thing just crashed. It got deleted. What the hell? Hold on a second. What the? Yo, Esau. Oh boy. Anyway, let's keep going. I got it back. All right. It says here, as the 21st century dawns, a new system of fascism will emerge under the guise of free trade practices that will be guided by the elite. The Bilderbergers have approved the Red Chinese model of economics as the standard for the emerging European superstate and the United States. Now, we've heard Klaus Schwab say that the Chinese model is very attractive. You know, very, very weird verbiage there by a weirdo. Okay? And people actually listen to this clown, this satanic high priest. You know? It says, as in Red China, all dissidents will be dealt with severely and placed in work camps. Ooh. Interesting. It says, as soon as the program can be implemented, citizens in every nation will be issued the Universal Biometrics Identification Card. You hear that? UBI card. And how would you be able to be identified? Remember, the ID comes in. They need to identify each and every individual. You got something known as biometrics. That is that's the new form of identification. It's not going to be oh, here's my ID. No, here's my ID card. No. We got to make sure, because people are faking it and fraud. No, we can't track you. We can't make sure everything is in order. So this time, your ID is you. You are the identification. Now bring them hands and foreheads and let's work. It says a Gestapo-like police state will be established to enforce the dictates of the elite's new world order. Okay? So we're there. All right? We're there. This was written all the way back in 1996. And we're here. Okay? In the year 2023. All right? And prior to that, we're seeing all these things that were once deemed conspiracy theories coming to pass. In other words, the biblical prophecies are coming to pass. Okay? And this is next. This right here, what we're about to read, okay, is the next phase of prophecy. The time of violence. Okay? Trouble, pain, suffering. Yahushua talked about that. Okay? The days of tribulation. All right? And it's going to be by the hand of these people that are trying so hard to get a damn new world order, man. Changing everything, making it digital. Okay, so-called digital transformation. All right, by way of what? So-called global governance. All right, global governance, man. That's what Esau is pushing for. All right, and a lot of people are not ready. Let's get this quick precept here. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, and verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And we're the only ones who beating the drums and letting people know the time is short. We are literally living in the last days. Okay? If you're paying attention to the prophecies, you will know that these are all biblical. And I remember a few weeks ago, I said something through the Spirit, and I was saying that this year's theme, you're going to have a lot of fires. That's the prelude to what's about to happen to America, Babylon the Great. Okay? But it's going to be a lot of fires, fire this and this. And what, it's been almost 2 months? The first month and some change, we've seen quite some fires. The other day I saw this crazy fire out there in the Bronx, in New York. Okay, today I seen one, a whole place got lit up. All right, looked like a plume of smoke, man. Crazy. All right, out there in Illinois. Okay, and it doesn't stop. I mean, we could go on and explain how many, fires have happened over the past month and a half. Okay, we just had that earthquake out there in Turkey. It was a 7.8. which again, we question everything. We had Turkey start to buck up against NATO and all this shit, and all of a sudden, boom, they get rocked with an earthquake. Okay, it's a little too convenient, but all right, let's see. Okay, let's see. All right, and out here in Buffalo, in New York, there was another earthquake over there too. It was in the force. It wasn't as bad, as the 7. It wasn't as good as the 7, I should say. But yeah, we wait and see what the Lord has in store. All right, for Babylon the Great. All right. So yeah, man, I'm gonna just leave it off there. All right, this is all leading to one thing and one thing only. All right, global governance. All right, global corporate governance. All right, and they're gonna bring in that MOTB through company policy, and that's how they're gonna get a lot of people. Because what do? You work. Everything is a corporation now. Even the houses that you live in, they're corporations. The jobs that we all work, they're all corporations. So if all these corporations are coming together and pushing everything, streamlining everything, the places that we go do groceries as corporations. Everything has to do with corporations. Buying and selling goes through these corporations. Look at Amazon. Look what they're doing. Okay? The whole one-hand scan thing, whatever, they got that going on. That should tell you something, man. Okay? Again, it's a system being changed where everything is digital, and in order for you to buy and sell or make any type of transaction, you have to be a part of that digital system. And you need to be identified, and the new form of identification will be inside of your body. That is what they've told you through the World Economic Forum at this Davos meeting and so on and so forth. They're telling you, just like the scriptures are saying, it's going to happen. So at this point, man, hey, the Lord is doing his sifting. All right, as you can see, the Passover is coming up. That's why you have all this controversy, because the Most High about to kill a lot of people, man. Death is coming. All right, it started in the east. You see what's going on, the earthquakes and all that. It's coming to the west. And I believe through the Spirit, this year, next few weeks, months, things are going to start unraveling. Things are going to start unraveling, because we're at that time of prophecy where it says that Jacob's trouble commences. Sudden destruction. Things just got rocked, and then boom, here we go. All sides, here we go. And that opens the door perfectly for them to bring in them troops. So things are being worked on, man. All right, things are being worked on. And for those who are alert, keep watching. Okay, keep watching, because again, we're in those days. We're in those times. Okay, we're in those times. Let me see if I can finish it off with this. Okay, we're in those times, man. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. There's a book of Mark chapter 13 and verse 8. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places." Okay? "And there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrows." So we're in that stage. So that's why I said the next thing that comes after this is the actual sorrows. Okay, people have already started feeling that pain, but the pain ain't come yet. It ain't here yet. You caught wind of it, but it hasn't reached yet. Okay. So hey, man, just keep your head up, man. All right, keep your head up. Stay in the Spirit. All right, and pray that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua continue to have mercy on us and guide us. Okay, hey, scriptures tell you that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. Okay. But where does that wisdom and knowledge come from? It comes from the fear of the Lord. Okay, Proverbs 1:7. So, we continue to fear the Lord, and he will continue to protect and guide us and provide for us. I'm saying? Us and our loved ones, Lord willing, we can make it all the way to the end to stand before Yahushua. Okay? So, I'm going to leave it off there, Lord willing, you've been edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Ruach HaKodesh, the water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and until next time, Shalom.